Okay, this right here is episode crowd, and that makes complete logical sense because as they say, 3 is a crowd. Hello world, my name is Charlie Karomi and welcome to episode 3 of More of That Please, our community pop-up podcast. Every week, I set up this booth somewhere in the Comox Valley to ask the members of this beautiful community about what they want to see more of in the world. Everything from more laughter to more local food to more housing to more parks like the one that I'm sat in right now recording. We want to hear it all. This is a podcast for the people, by the people, and of the people. Now, this project is made possible by the Comox Valley Arts Incubator Microgrant and is recorded on the Unceded Traditional Territory of the Comox First Nation, the traditional keepers of this land. Now, this is the second of our 3-part series recorded at the Comox Valley Farmers Market. But if it's your first time listening to this podcast, I record the interviews like on location, and then I record the links that you're listening to right now later, which is what I'm doing now. Right now, I'm at Riverside Park in Courtenay, right next to the Florence Filberg Center. That's where I'm recording, but the interviews that you're about to hear or listen to were recorded at the Sunday Farmers Market that was held at the Village Park in Cumberland. So that's what you're about to listen to. I really loved how folks in Cumberland were so excited to sit down with me and chat and share. And the first guest, I was so honored, so thrilled to have her on the microphone. I had the honor of hosting Leslie Baird, former mayor of Cumberland and one of the longest standing residents of that village. How long have you lived in Cumberland?
Since I was 2 years old.
What?
Been here for a long time. I served the village for 32 years.
32?
As a councillor and then 12 years as mayor.
Actually, a question that a lot of people ask, the name, the title, the designation village. That's intentional, right?
Yes, it is. Village of Cumberland sounds much better than Town of Cumberland or City of Cumberland.
Yeah, okay.
It has a rhyme. And actually, it's one of the things the school children asked.
Yeah.
They didn't want to ever see it change from village.
It's beautiful. Anyone coming into the Comox Valley, they're told, welcome to the city of Courtenay, the town of Comox, and the village of Cumberland. It's beautiful. So, big question right here on the PopUp podcast. On More of That, please. If you were president of the world for a single day, what would you make free for everyone?
Healthcare.
Healthcare. Okay, talk to me about that. I know it does sound obvious, but you all, of course, you have like a special insight into that. Tell me about healthcare.
I worked in healthcare.
Yeah.
As a home support worker.
Mm-hmm.
I used healthcare for many, many years.
Yeah.
I had terminal breast cancer. And was given 2 weeks to live. And I'm still here.
That's a long 2 weeks.
Yes.
Leslie.
It went from 2 weeks to 2 years to whatever.
You should send that doctor flowers every 2 weeks. Like, hey, how you doing?
Well, I went against what they predicted would happen.
Yeah. Congratulations on beating that.
It was 12 years ago.
12 years.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
And free healthcare, for sure. You saw the benefit of that.
Oh, absolutely. People often say our healthcare is broken. It's not broken. It's overextended itself. And when you really need it, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I can imagine if you had gone through the same in a country that doesn't quite have the healthcare system that we have, it would have been a completely different story for you.
Yeah, because we figured it out once. Each time I had chemo treatment, it was $3,500. And I had 100 treatments. So just that alone, not accounting for the doctors, or that was just the medicine.
So the name of the podcast is More of That, Please. We ask people what they want to see more of in the world, and for you, it would be more places with free healthcare.
Absolutely.
How amazing is Leslie, one of the longest standing residents of Cumberland, former councillor, former mayor, and a cancer survivor. She is amazing. So glad she was able to come on. Now, after Leslie, who has lived in the village of Cumberland since she was 2 years old, we met up with Gregor, who was drawn in by the beauty of the village a bit later in life.
We live in Cumberland. We moved here 6 years ago.
Nice.
Had our family raising life in Alberta.
Nice.
Did that. Came out here on holidays a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we came, the hook got set just a little deeper.
I was just reeling you in.
Yeah. So when the time came to say, hey, where are we going to retire? It was on the island somewhere. We settled here because of the music, the outdoor activities. My wife and I were cycling today.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So outdoor activities, indoor activities. It's a great place.
Love that. Okay. So question for you, Gregor. If you would suggest one thing that everyone in the world has to try at least once in their life, what would that be?
Make music with somebody.
With somebody.
Bang on a drum, bang on a guitar case, play a guitar. Sing with somebody. Sing along with the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
That's my first musical memory because my older brother was of the age when the Beach Boys came out. He was right into it. I was younger. And what my mom says, she recalls me singing harmonies along with the Beach Boys. I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
I knew nothing about harmony. I was just copying what I heard.
Yeah.
But when you are doing music with somebody, at some point, you become in sync. You, not the boy band, but you know what they're gonna do. You know what you're gonna do. You do it all together, and
it's a higher level of communication.
It's a feeling, and when you're part of that, and it all hits, you actually feel the vibrations. You feel them, and you know it's right. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Boom, ba-doom, boom, boom, ba-doom, boom, boom, ba-doom.
Hey, shall we do a quick one right now? I'm in Cumberland. I'm in Cumberland. Hey, I'm in Cumberland. I'm in Cumberland. Hey, there we go. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for I'm in Cumberland, brand new single by Gregor featuring Charlie Karomi, coming soon to a radio near you. That was so much fun. And Gregor was spot on about the power of music to bring people together, which is, I guess, the reason why if you've ever attended any Comox Valley Farmers Market, you will have realized that there's always live music in the air. I had the pleasure of hosting the live musician that we had that day. Her name is Ayla Roberts, and she got to telling me how she moved to the Comox Valley on a mission.
I'm from Comox. We moved in October from Tofino.
Oh, nice. How come? Do you mind me asking?
I'm 16, so we were kind of just like, there's not much happening in Tofino, and we needed more opportunities.
For sure,
and
for
Comox seemed like a really good like in between of like city, but also not too much. And we also moved so that I could record my debut EP.
Oh, yeah. Do you have a title?
It's called
that?
Safe Place, and it's actually out.
Oh,
like,
nice.
It's on Spotify.
How many tracks?
There's 6.
6 tracks.
6 originals.
Safe
I recorded them with Corwin Fox, like right down the road at a studio called Hidden Well.
Oh, nice. Congratulations. I love how you moved to Comox on a mission.
Yeah, it was a mission move, definitely.
And you accomplished it. Amazing work.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Beautiful. Final question, big question. If you could add one thing to every neighborhood in the world, what would that be?
I would probably add music, like just some sort of thing that would bring the community together in a spot where there was the opportunity to just like create art. It could be music, maybe it's like painting or just any sort of art, just an art space where there were like instruments and
paints.
All the stuff. So then you could just make music together, and maybe like some people wouldn't use it, but some people, like I would spend all day in there every day.
That.
I think that would be a really amazing thing to have in a community.
How does that improve a community? How does that help people out? How does that improve their lives?
I think that would really help like bring people together and give them a space to like get to know each other. But maybe it wasn't like, oh, we're all gonna go here and talk and be social. It was more of like, we're just here kind of
activities,
doing our thing. But you can like socialize if you want to, or just like listen to people play or watch them paint.
Hang
so it's
out.
just hang out, but like in a really like beautiful creative spot.
Yeah, because we're lacking that in this day and age, like places that you can just go hang out and create things. Because nowadays it's either you're at a restaurant or somewhere you have to pay to get in and you're doing something specific, but you want to see people come together and do a communal activity, and that brings the community closer.
Yeah, I'd probably also, that reminded me, I'd probably have like a ban on like you can't use Wi-Fi or cellular service, so that it like forces people to be creative.
But how do you settle arguments, Isla? Like it's no, it was 1874. No, it was 1870. How do you settle arguments?
Well, actually, like I've been thinking about this a lot. With all of the technology that we have now, I feel like we're really lacking in giving ourselves opportunities to have curiosity.
Okay.
Like, because you're like, oh, I want to know this. I'm just going to look it up on my phone. So you're like not using your brain as much, and you're not thinking as much, and you're not having as much time to imagine.
Yeah.
So I feel like if there was a creative space that you couldn't immediately look everything up, you just have so much more imagination.
Okay. I support that. I'm with you on that. So phones at the door, no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
If you really need to look something up or download something, you have to wait 20 minutes in a queue to a single help desk.
Yeah. Or you can go outside with your phone. Like just...
Oh, yeah. Okay. You could do that. But
that.
I like that. Bring the community together doing something fun and creative.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Okay. I love that. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
More creative community spaces, more community creative spaces.
More community creative spaces. More creative community spaces.
More creative community spaces.
Yeah.
Love it. There we go. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Woo! Boom. More creative community spaces. That's what Ayla wants to see more of in the world. Love it. Now, as she mentioned, her brand new EP, Safe Place, is out on Spotify, so go give it a listen. Speaking of amazing music, you guys have heard the classic song. It goes like,
birds,
Do it,
bees,
do it,
even educated fleas.
do it,
Now let's fall in love.
That's what my next guest, Nadia, wants to see more of in the world. More people falling in love. If there's one thing that you would advise everyone in the world to try at least once in their life, what would that be?
I think fall in love.
Falling in love.
Even if it's just with a friend or someone special in your life.
Wait, how do you mean falling in love with can you fall in love with a friend?
I think falling in love can be platonic or it can be romantic. That's my take on it.
What? I think that may be traditional. I think like with a friend, you love them, but you haven't fallen in love. Because I feel like in love is more romantic. Okay, tell me the difference between liking your friend and falling in love with them.
I think when I think about my friends, like I love my friends so much, and I think if I think about it, I think a little part of me is like in love with them, but not in like a romantic way. It's just I think I love everything that they do, and I think they're the most perfect people I've ever met.
Yeah.
And I think about like romantic interests that I love, and it's just like it's a little bit different, but I still kind of consider it the same love.
Okay.
That's what I think.
How does that manifest? You being in love with your friend, what does that make you do? What does that do to them as well? How does that manifest?
Just makes me really happy.
Yeah.
It reminds me that like in this crazy world that we live in, there's always like someone who's gonna be my rock, and like even if like I'm fighting with my parents or like I argue with my siblings, it's like I still have my friends that I just love so deeply, and I care for them, and
Beautiful.
I'd do anything for them, honestly.
Even with all the madness going on, there's someone out there for you.
Everyone should fall in love. I think it's great.
That's
Even if you want to fall in love in a romantic way with your friend, just do it. Whatever. You only live once. Like, tell someone you like them, kiss someone, like, whatever.
Hey, love it! I love love!
I love love, too.
I love love. Thank you so much for sharing,
Thank
Nadia.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. More love! Hey, you heard Nadia. YOLO, you only live once. Go up to someone, tell them that you like them, kiss somebody, fall in love. Come on. Tell you what, I am definitely falling in love with this idea that my next guest, Sasha, shared when I asked her this question. You said you work a lot. If you could add one thing to every workplace in the world, what would that be?
I would have to say 3-day weekends.
3-day weekends.
That'd be pretty beneficial.
How come? How would that benefit the workforce?
You just get an extra day of rest,
Yeah.
like not have to work
Yeah.
so much. Like it's pretty unbalanced, 5 days to 2. Like
Who decided, who
Yeah.
became king and said, oh, they shall work 5 days and
Yeah.
have 2 days off? Should be more balanced.
so crazy.
So
I agree.
3-day weekends and maybe sometimes a 4-day weekend.
Yeah, true.
What did you do on your last 3-day weekend? What did you get up to?
Oh, I actually went camping.
Ooh, where about?
Cortez Island. We went to Gorge Harbor.
And if
pretty
you had
much.
more 3-day weekends, you do that every weekend.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
So fun.
And that right there, my friends, is an idea we can all get behind. More 3-day weekends. Which I think is an apropos time for me to end this podcast and go start my 3-day weekend. Big shout out to all the guests who came up to the mic to share their amazing ideas. Thank you so much for doing that. Also, big shout out to the Comox Valley Farmers Market for allowing me to set up at their location. I'm setting up at their Wednesday market, which is going to be in Comox next week, so stay tuned for that podcast. Also, big shout out to Comox Valley Arts and their Microgrant for facilitating all of this. But of course, biggest shout outs go to you for tuning in to this podcast. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. It'll help me so much to get this podcast out to more and more people. And also drop a comment. Tell me if you're liking the episodes or what you want to see more of in the world. I would love to read some of those on our next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have been your host, Charlie Karomi, and you've been listening to your community pop-up podcast. More of that, please.